So let's dive into this grand military parade in Beijing that really showcased China's consolidated
Mhm,
gains.
exactly.
It was staged to mark the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II, and it was quite a spectacle.
Right, that anniversary gave them the perfect backdrop for a blend of martial display and heavy patriotic symbolism, didn't it?
Absolutely, and it's like they really knew how to make an impression. I mean, mixing the military might with global political signals was definitely their agenda.
Yeah, it's not just about military hardware on parade, it's about projecting power on the world stage, right?
Exactly. The event, for instance, featured an array of foreign leaders. Notably, you had figures like Putin and Kim Jong un making appearances, which tells you a lot about the kind of alliances they're nurturing.
Seeing leaders like Putin and even some Southeast Asian figures really underscores their convening power, doesn't it?
It really does. And you know, it's interesting. These high profile presences are almost like a stamp of international recognition, even if it's only on their terms.
Yeah, for sure. But here's something I've been thinking about. While this display is obviously calculated, could it also be seen as overcompensating? I mean, what do you think?
That's a great point. There's a sort of delicate balance between genuinely celebrating a milestone and using the occasion to assert geopolitical might. It's like they're not just throwing confetti for history, they're sending a message to potential challengers.
Yeah, it's almost like an advertisement for their growing influence. And then there's the fact that the parade mixed modern military hardware with traditional symbolism, right?
Uh huh. It's like you see new advanced weaponry on display next to old school symbols of strength, and it resonates with both a sense of heritage and progress.
Exactly. And the commentary by Einar Tangen from the Taipei Institute really sheds light on this, doesn't it?
Definitely. Tangen offered insights into how these parades are not just about flexing arms, but also about reinforcing China's narrative of stabilization and international clout.
Right, very clear. Right, but isn't there a risk that such displays might push some countries further away, causing distrust? I mean, I get the message they're conveying, but could it backfire?
Well, that's where opinions diverge. On one hand, they're consolidating gains and showing unity both domestically and internationally. On the other, some might argue it's an aggressive posture that might lead to tension.
Yeah, I see your point. It's like a double edged sword project power while risking alienating others. How do you feel about that balance?
I mean, it's a high stakes gamble. They clearly believe that the benefits of showcasing robust military might and international partnerships outweigh the risks of potential pushback.
Interesting perspective. And the parade also had that meticulous choreography. Everything organized from the formation of troops to the placement of weapons. It's like a well rehearsed performance.
Yeah, it's almost like a theatrical production where every move is calculated to leave an impression. It shows discipline, unity, and, well, determined resolve.
Exactly, exactly. But here's a bit that puzzles me. With such an emphasis on spectacle, could there be a chance that the real military improvements risk being overshadowed by the pageantry?
That's an interesting criticism. While the parade does a stellar job of presenting a powerful image, it's true that sometimes the underlying strategic developments might not get as much spotlight as the visuals.
Yes, I get that. So, in a way, it's almost like the pageantry sometimes wins over the substantive improvements in public perception.
Exactly. And that's where analysts like Tangen provide nuance. They remind us that beyond the spectacle, there's indeed a consolidation of military gains, investments in hardware, strategy, and even diplomacy.
Absolutely. And part of that consolidation is showing a united front among countries aligned with China in various ways, right?
Yes, totally. Bringing in leaders like Putin and Kim Jong un serves to reinforce regional bonds and perhaps also test the waters in terms of international responses.
True that strategic inclusion is key. But then again, isn't it curious how these parades also aim to boost domestic morale? I mean, it's just as much about inspiring the people at home as it is about sending signals abroad.
Absolutely. The blend of historical remembrance, national pride, and modern military prowess is designed to reaffirm the government's narrative. It's like they want everyone to see that, whether at home or far away, China is, well, unstoppable right now.
Very compelling. Speaking of messaging, did you catch how even the style and format of the parade, with its precision, was meant to counter a lot of negative narratives about security and stability in the region?
Yes, it was almost like a clear visual rebuttal to those narratives. They were saying, look, we have it all under control. And the presence of these international figures only like
Right, it's
amplifies
like a
that
power play
message.
on multiple fronts. Yet, I have to wonder if, sometimes, overdoing the celebration of military might can lead to an escalation in tensions, especially with rivals watching closely.
That's a fair challenge to the approach. While the show of strength is meant to reassure allies and deter adversaries, it's possible that it might be seen as provocative in certain quarters.
Yeah, definitely a tightrope. So, could this parade, with all its dazzling imagery and high level diplomacy, unintentionally heighten global anxieties?
Possibly, yes. It's like the more you emphasize military parades and power displays, the more you risk triggering a security dilemma among neighboring countries
I
and
see that kind
rivals.
of strategic overkill. And yet, at the same time, having such well organized events can also solidify internal national unity and promote a sense of pride among the populace.
Precisely. It's a classic case of dual messaging, you know? Externally, it's about deterrence and influence. Internally, it's about national pride and
Yeah,
legitimacy.
that's the double edged narrative. And how do you think these images of power intersect with China's broader ambitions on the world stage, say in military and economic terms?
Well, it seems they're leveraging the parade as a platform not just to highlight military hardware, but to underline investments in advanced technology and strategic reach. It's kind of like using a grand stage to announce, we're here and we intend to stay for the long haul.
Solid point. And I can see how that symbolism extends to their global arms exports and strategic partnerships, further projecting their influence.
Exactly. It's a layered strategy where every element, from the military hardware on display to the carefully curated guest list, plays a part in reinforcing their stature both at home and abroad.
Absolutely, truly multidimensional. Well, it's fascinating how a single event can tell so many stories, from historical remembrance to modern power politics.
Yeah, indeed. And as we continue to watch these developments, it'll be interesting to see if the parade truly signals consolidated gains or if it's more of a strategic performance art piece in the grand theater of global geopolitics.
Right on point. And with the careful inclusion of high profile allies and the dual focus on internal unity and international posturing, there's a lot here to unpack for any analyst following the shifts in global power dynamics.
Absolutely. Each element of the parade is loaded with symbolism. It's not just about modern military advancements, but about crafting a narrative that resonates on multiple fronts: domestic, regional, and global.
Very compelling analysis. I guess only time will tell how the rest of the world reacts to these grand displays. But for now, it's safe to say that China is clearly making its statement in a very unmistakable way.
For sure. And it's like there's always complexity in these big moves, balancing pride, power, and potential provocation. There's plenty to explore as the international community continues to respond.
Yeah, it's a riveting look into how military parades go way beyond just celebration, evolving into a full blown narrative tool for statecraft. Thanks for this deep dive.
Anytime. It's always insightful to peel back the layers of these events. Each detail is part of a bigger picture.
Exactly, very enlightening discussion.